Interdependence is how phenomena exist, while emptiness is the lack of the way how they do not exist. In other words, interdependence is the affirmation of how things are, and emptiness is the negation of how they are not. Basically, interdependence and emptiness are like two sides of the same coin, which means that phenomena do exist, but they do not exist out of their own characteristics. They do not exist independently of everything else. So interdependence is the understanding that everything interacts with each other on different levels, between causes and conditions, between its own parts, and in the relationship between basis of imputation, which is the collection of parts, and the observer that attributes a value to it. Emptiness is the fact that even though we live in an interdependent reality, it appears to us as something totally autonomous, independent, when actually it is not. So emptiness is the lack of existence in an autonomous, independent, intrinsic way. So basically, the fact is that anything that exists, it's interdependent because it interacts with the rest, and at the same time, it depends on the observer to exist as it exists. It's the fact that phenomena are relative. And at the same time, it is also of the nature of emptiness, because it's empty of inherent existence. It doesn't exist as it appears to us observers by its own characteristics, by its own self. So, if we make it very simple, interdependence is the fact that we live in a subjective reality. The subjective aspect of the subjective reality is interdependence. The lack of objective reality of the subjective reality is emptiness. In other words, the way how things exist, it's interdependence. The fact that things do not exist by their own characteristics as they appear to us, it's emptiness.